everybody, I want to do a quick video of the common questions from the Unit 6 Quiz 2 solutions. Just wanted to go through the ones that were commonly missed. And I'll open it up again for a retake opportunity since there's no new grades, but this is a chance to make your grade better. So here's a first commonly missed question, meaning almost half of you got it wrong. And it's actually one of the easier questions. So if this is your polynomial and you're going to do synthetic or long division, we want this polynomial to be in standard form. That means you want to go highest exponent to lowest. Or if you are setting up a synthetic division, what coefficients would you put and in what order? Well, the highest exponent is 6x, or the highest exponent is the fourth. So the first coefficient should be a 6. And the next highest exponent, after 4 comes 3, there's my cube. That coefficient's a -4. And then I keep going. There's no square, so if I were doing synthetic, I would put a 0 there. Right, it's a placeholder. And then my next highest exponent there is x to the first, so that's a 3. And then my 1 is the constant. And that's all that question wanted to know, was what is the correct order of those coefficients? All right, here's another commonly missed question, and some of you had it partially right. The question was, is x minus 2 a factor of this polynomial? And to be a factor, remember my videos before, at the end of synthetic, I would put a smiley face with a 0. That was the whole key. If you divide and you get a remainder of 0, that meant it divided evenly, or it was a factor. So I'm guessing, because most of you answered the first part of the question correctly, you just had the second part incorrect. So I'm guessing you divided okay. So the 2 from here goes on the outside, and then my coefficients from this polynomial go on the inside. So 1, -8, 14, and -4. And for synthetic, we drop the 1, and then from here we just multiply and add. So multiply, 2 times 1 is 2. I add down, I get -6. I multiply, 2 times -6 is -12. I add down, I get 2. 2 times 2 is 4. I add down, I get 0, and in my guided notes, I put a smiley face because that means this is a factor. I got a remainder of 0. So we would say, yes, it is a factor. The remainder is 0. So this was the correct answer to that one. Again, many of you said it's a factor, but then you said there was a remainder. If there is a remainder when you divide, that means it did not divide evenly, so it's not a factor. All right, the last one that was commonly incorrect was factor the polynomial completely. One factor has been provided, and the factor was x plus 3. So I recommended using synthetic. So if the factor was x plus 3, that means a -3 goes on the outside, the opposite of what I see in this factor. And then my coefficients go on the inside. So I have a 2, a 5. I'm missing the x, so we need a placeholder of 0 there, and then 9. And the process, I drop the first coefficient, and then from here I just multiply, add. So -3 times 2 is -6. I add down, I get -1. -3 times -1 is 3. I add down, I get 3. -3 times 3 is -9. I add down, I get 0. There's my smiley. So I'm happy because I proved this is a factor. So x plus 3 was a factor. And I'm also happy because what's left is a quadratic. So this 2 is now 2x squared. It started as x cubed, but now I divided to 2x squared. Minus x, and then plus 3. And then from here, I would try to factor it further. I don't think this one does, but if I try, so let's try slide method real quick just to see if it works. And if I slide the 2 to the 3, I get x squared minus x plus 6. And here I need 2 factors of positive 6 that add to -1. That means they both have to be negative. So my only options are 6 and 1, and -6 plus -1 is -7, or -3, -2, but -3 plus -2 adds to -5. So that does not factor further, it won't work. So your final answer that's factored completely. We tried to factor further, but this is completely, would have been factor the following 1% divided. Maybe, I guess this would have been the correct answer they're looking for, but I should have really included the other factor. So maybe I'll give everyone a point regardless, or I'll fix this before I do the retake. The correct answer should be fully factored, the x plus 3, and then what we got when we divided, the 2x squared minus x plus 3. And I'll fix that when I open it up for the retake. All right, good luck on the retake, everyone. It'll be open for, let's say, a week or so. And again, if you email me or send me a reminder, I'll help you out, or I'll give you some sort of more guidance than just this video.